Alrighty, timer's running. So today's task is writing an episode, or at least as much as I can in 25 minutes, specifically a RubyTapas episode. I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do for this episode. I already kind of went through the ideation for this one, but it needs to be written. So I have this blog post that I wrote the other day about porting a gem so that it would work equally well on Windows as on Unixy systems. And there is this one piece. Where was that? Oops. There we go. This code right here. Should have copied that in raw mode. Okay, but it came out okay. This is sort of the piece that we're starting with. And then I need to go ahead and grab the piece that we end with as well. Just for reference. So I'm just going to fire up the editor that I had it in last. Why am I recording the process of writing something? Well, honestly, it's as much for my benefit as for yours. I figure if I know that I'm recording myself, it'll be a big incentive not to get distracted. So we'll see how that works. Let's see, I want to go to the rake file. And down at the bottom here we go. I wound up writing this pure Ruby implementation of which because the shell invocation of which was not cross-platform compatible. So I'm just going to have this in here as the endpoint. All right. Sometimes I do these by just writing a bunch of code first, a bunch of code samples first, and then filling in prose. I think this time I'm going to at least start out doing some prose here. And I've started using, because I have a bunch of ulnar nerve issues in my arm, I've started using voice dictation a lot more. I'm still getting used to using that with certain apps. We'll see how this goes. It's not super friendly with Emacs on Windows, but it's usable, I think. Now you get to see just how hard a time I have composing out loud. The other day I was porting that didn't come out very well. I need this. Hang on a second. Open dictation box. Yes, I do want to use automatic dictation for this application. The other day I was courting. Porting. You know what? I wonder if this is using the wrong mic. trying to remember where the mic selection is. Well, here, let's do this. Just going to disable everything I don't want it to use. That got its attention. Open dictation box. Alright, now I need to verify. Yeah, okay. I'm just checking that I'm still recording audio with the same mic that I'm dictating. I see an audio signal, so I think we're good. The other day I was porting a gem so that it would work on Windows, period. Click transfer. Oh, right, that doesn't work. The other day I was porting a gem so that it would work on Windows, period. One of the compatibility issues that I ran into was this snippet of code, comma, in the rake file, period. Backspace, colon. Select rake file. Go to sleep. So yeah, it just occurred to me that I'm not going to be able to do the going back and editing stuff with Dragon inside of Emacs, which kind of sucks. But I really like composing my stuff in org mode, so I haven't come up with a better solution for this yet. Wake up. Wake up. The problem with this code is that it shells out to run the backtick. Which backtick? Command, comma. Which ordinarily doesn't exist on Windows systems, period. There is a similar type equals. Literal equals? No. Where? On Windows systems, comma. but it works a little bit differently, period. And anyway, comma, all this code is trying to do is to determine whether the bundle command is available. Go to sleep. I think I'm just going to compose without markup and annotation, and I'm just going to go back over it later. I think that'll probably be the easiest thing to do with dictation. Wake up. Period. I feel like a more robust solution would be to simply perform this check in pure, comma, platform hyphen neutral Ruby code, period. New para. So that's what we're going to do in this episode, period. And in the process, comma, we're going to learn about some of Ruby's features for writing cross-platform code, period. Go to sleep. I'm not sure about the phrasing there. I'm going to have to come back to that. Huh, organ. All right. Well, I'll catch that when I come back around. New para. Oh, wake up. Wake up. New para. So, comma, let's think about exactly what the which command does, period. New para. Go to sleep. I guess I want to put some a quick command line demo in this script before I move on to the Ruby code. Yeah, so let's see, do we have I think we've got a bash shell in here somewhere. That one doesn't exist. Yeah, it does. All right, that's confusing. I really want to do just like a Unix version of this. All right, I'm just going to fake it because I know what it would look like. It'll be user in Ruby on my Linux box, which I don't feel like flipping over to right now. I don't have a VM running at the moment. Wake up. When we run which at the command line, comma, and provide it with the name of an executable, period, backspace, comma, it responds with the full path of . the given executable, period. That is, comma, it shows us which executable would be run in this case, comma, it's showing us that if we ran the Ruby command, comma, the shell would run the binary found at /user/bin/ruby. Go to sleep. Make that shot 1. Starless. Wake up. Somebody's waking up over there. How, comma, exactly, comma, does it do this? Question mark. Well, comma, it has to look through the directories listed in the path environment variable, period. Stop listening. I am spacing out right now. All right. And path. All right. We're going to cut this off for the script. And it just occurred to me that and in planning this episode, I wanted to show samples from, at least for a bunch of these things, I wanted to show samples from both the Windows side and the Unix side. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up a virtual machine after all. We'll go with this one. And we will also truncate this. Now, my thought for this episode and the way I'm going to be writing this is I think I'm actually going to superimpose Windows side and Unix. Well, not superimpose. I'm going to put Unix side and Windows side on the same screen at the same time for some of these examples. Why did I use example for this? That should have been a Ruby section. So I'm going to write with that in mind, which means I'm not going to write some stuff here that says, and now let's run the Unix version. Wake up. As you can see here, comma, both platforms stop listening. I should really introduce that concept at least. Wake up. Let's check out the contents of the path environment variable on both a Windows system and an Ubuntu system. Period. Have values for this variable, comma. But both their contents and formatting is pretty different, period. New para. One of the most obvious differences, comma, is the backslashes used to separate directories on the Windows side, comma, whereas Linux uses forward slashes. Well, 5 minutes to go. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Here we go. I am having the hardest time teaching Dragon. It usually does such a good job, but it really likes to insert the wrong word for Linux. Can't seem to convince it otherwise. Wake up. If we look a little more carefully, if we look more closely, comma, if we look more closely, comma, old Dragon has apparently gotten itself into a weird state. I'll shut that down and restart it. I can only imagine what a nightmare it is writing a program to insert voice dictation into various programs that were never written with that in mind. What the? Huh. Whatever. See if we can have any more luck now. Hello. Now it doesn't even want to turn on. I am not sure what the issue is here. Am I still getting? Yeah, I'm still getting audio here. Whatever. I can type for a little while. If you're wondering about the double backslashes in the Windows path, that's because oh, and that is my timer. So I'm going to stop this recording. See you next time.